All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's virtual info session with food services on meal plans and healthy eating on campus. My name is Clara, and I'm so glad you could join us today. This session is designed to help you make the most of your on-campus dining experience, from understanding your meal plan options to tips on maintaining healthy and balanced eating habits as a student. We're very fortunate to have two special guests with us today. Dahlia, our very own registered dietitian here at York University, and Samira, operations assistant from the Department of Food and Vending Services. They bring valuable insight and expertise, and I'm confident you'll find the session both informative and helpful. Feel free to use the chat for any questions that come up during the presentation, and we'll do our best to address them during the Q&A portion at the end. Before we begin, we have a quick survey to help us get to know you a little bit better. I'll now pass it over to my colleague Ahmed. Thank you.
All right, hello everyone. I hope we're all having a good day. So we're going to get started with a little menti, so a little icebreaker for all of us. So you can all join us at menti.com. I have sent the link in the chat. Once you get onto Menti, you can join our um, specific Menti with the code 49505396. So that's 49505396. All right, for those of us just joining us, once again, we're going to be doing a little Menti. So if you could join us at menti.com with code 49505396. And if you're having any issues with joining the Menti, you can also answer any of the questions we ask in the chat. All right, so I think we'll begin now. All right, so first question of the day, where are we all joining us from? So you can put in wherever you're at right now, wherever you're joining this session from in the question. Ingersoll, ooh, Switzerland, Vietnam, joining from all over the world. Got some people from Toronto, some people from France, from BC, from India, South Korea. Nice. A whole bunch of people all over the GTA. We got some in Kitchener, got some in Whitby, North York. And we have someone joining from UAE. It's amazing. So we have people from all over the world. Now, next question, which of the following best describes you? So are you an incoming first year student? Are you a transfer student? Or are you a parent, family, or a guardian? All right, so it seems like most of us are incoming first year students and some of us are transfer students. Once again, if you're still joining us, you should still be able to join the Menti with the code at the top. Oh, and we have a couple parents as well. Nice. So we have a little bit of everything. All right, and then what is one word to describe how you're feeling about starting university at York? Could be anything, good, bad, however you're feeling going into the fall. Excited. Yes, excited is something you should definitely be feeling going into your university life. Seems like a lot of us are excited. We got an emoji. Nervous. Yes, that's another one. Excited and nervous they honestly they go hand in hand. Oh, along with every good emotion, there's always, a bit of a bad one. And university is a very, very new experience. So being anxious or nervous, completely understandable. We were all in the same boat when we started. Got some people that are very happy, some people are concerned. So hopefully we can help you out with that today. Some people are confused, scared. Again, it's completely fine. We were all there as well when we started. And then, oh, we have some people indifferent, enthusiastic. Nice. And finally, what are you hoping to learn from today's session? So obviously today we're doing more so like a meal plan, food services. What is, the main takeaway that you would like to learn today? Restaurants on campus to feed my big bag. More details about meal plans. Nice. Okay. Restaurants on campus once again. Yeah, we have a lot of food options. Again, York is one of the largest campuses. Some of you may have already done a campus tour with us. If you haven't, there are still more happening. But yeah, York is huge and there are many food options throughout campus. I see a lot of meal plans, so a lot of students want to learn about meal plans. Um, whatever is an offer where I can eat healthy food. Yeah, healthy options are a big must, especially when you're on campus and that's all the food that you're going to be eating. Budgeting, types of food, how meal plans work, how to stay skinny while in uni. That's hard. The best and most convenient way to have a balanced diet and more information on different benefits the meal plans have to offer. So it seems like, oh, we have another one, good options for managing mealtime and finding halal spots. So it seems like a lot of us want to know about meal plans. A lot of us want to know about just places to eat on campus, healthy spots, or some that have dietary restrictions like halal or kosher, and then even discounts. So yeah, we will be covering all of that today. So you guys are in for a treat. All right, perfect. Thank you all for sharing. We are so glad that you are here, and now we are going to get started with our session. So I will pass it off to Dahlia.
Perfect. I am just going to be sharing my screen. All right. Can you see my screen? Get a thumbs up. Perfect. Okay. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Dalia Abul Hassan. I'm the registered dietitian in New York's Food Services Department. And with me today, Samira Sharif. She's our awesome operations assistant and colleague on our team. So today's focus will be providing you an overview of what Food and Vending Services Department has to offer you. We'll cover dining plans and what they entail. And then we'll spend some time going over key nutrition, sustainability, and well-being initiatives, And then we'll wrap it up with different ways that we engage students and how we obtain feedback with regards to food services. So let's dig right in. I'm going to pass it on to Samira to start us off.
Good morning, everyone. So we're going to start with a little icebreaker. In the chat, if you could let us know which campus you will be attending and if you will be living on campus or you'll be commuting. Yale, okay. Commuting. Okay, so I see a few people are going to be commuting and some are going to be living on campus as well. That's great. Awesome. Glendon, Keel, living on res. Founders. Awesome. So whether you're living on campus or commuting, we do have some great information for you today. So I'm going to dive right in and start with the dining options on campus. So York University has over 50 food locations available to the York community, which includes various cuisines and dietary options. Here you'll see a full list of the locations that are directly operated by food services at York University. We do have 3 Tim Hortons locations, 3 cafeterias, 2 Starbucks locations, Pizza, Subway, Booster Juice, the Glendon Cafeteria, and more. Here you'll see a list of our campus partners. So we do have some campus partners around campus. They are in the First Student Center, which has vendors such as Wendy's, Gino's Pizza, Jimmy the Greek. The Second Student Center has the Break Room Cafe. The Quad has vendors such as Burger King, Meltwich, Osmos, Chipotle. And York Lanes, which is the campus mall, has vendors such as Popeyes, Thai Express, and Aroma. Our Markham campus. So we have a new Markham campus. York University Markham campus is pleased to have You Eats providing the service for the pop-up station that's there. They have great options such as smoothies, build your own sandwiches, which is a made-to-order item, grab-and-go items such as salads, parfaits, breakfast sandwiches, pastries, and multiple soup options as well. We do have something here, which is in the photo here, which is called the Kitchen Mate vending machine. It's a machine that has prepared meals that are locally made with wholesome ingredients, and they're cooked right in front of you using the smart cookers that you can see on the side of the machine. So these offerings rotate on a weekly basis, keeping the meals fresh and interesting. We also have some snack machines over at the Markham campus, and we have various price points on there, including one fair trade item that is in each machine. Flex dollars. So the Flex account is going to be an account that's on your student card. So the student card is called a U card. So I'll talk a little bit about some features of the Flex account. Flex dollars are accepted at many locations around campus, and they can be used at the vending machines, the bookstore, printing, photocopying. If you're going to be living in residence, you will need to put money on to do your laundry. And they can also be used for goods and services at participating off-campus merchants. These funds are also used to purchase taxable snacks and beverages when you're not purchasing them as a part of a meal if you will be on a dining plan. If you buy items at the bookstore using your Flex dollars, you will receive 5% back in bookstore rewards. And then these rewards accumulate and you can basically get free items at the bookstore eventually when you purchasing items. You can also use your Flex dollars to purchase items at the off-campus pizza locations for delivery, and you will also earn 5% back in bookstore rewards. And we're really excited to share that we do have another off-campus partner, a new partnership with Montana's. It's the location that is at 2011 Steeles Avenue West. So if you do load up your U card with funds and you spend your Flex dollars there, you'll receive 15% off, which is a great discount. Your Flex dollars can be loaded online, or you can use the eAccounts app. And then we do have random U card kiosk stations around campus that you can also load your U card on. So I'll pass it back to Dahlia to talk about nutritious, sustainable, and inclusive dining.
Awesome. So I know there were a lot of comments about today's session and some interest in learning about healthy eating and as well as halal. So this is perfect. So basically, in food services, we prioritize nutrition, sustainability, and culturally inclusive dining. We partnered with Health Canada and we signed a food guide friendly pledge, which basically makes us commit to having healthy food and beverages in our dining locations that are managed by food services, or you may hear the term U Eats. So that would be locations like the dining halls, Stong Dining Hall, Glendon's Dining Hall, Winter's Dining Hall, Central Square. And in those locations, because we've signed the pledge and we've made a commitment to healthy options, you will find a variety of healthy options throughout. And I'll be sharing some of the menus in a later portion of today's presentation. Additionally, we collaborated with the Humane World for Animals, and we signed another pledge where we committed that we have at least 60% of our menu planned forward, meaning that we have lots of fruits, vegetables, and vegan, vegetarian options. And not only from just for those that are following a vegan or vegetarian diet, but overall, eating more plant-based foods has been shown to reduce our risk of chronic health conditions, reduce our risk of things like diabetes, cancer, heart disease, as well as they're better for the environment. So if you currently don't eat any plant-forward foods or don't eat any plant-based proteins, I encourage you to challenge yourself and maybe opt in for 1 or 2 days a week where you have a meal that's made with proteins like beans and lentils and chickpeas. Halal. So for those of you that asked about halal, we have a lot of halal options in our You Eats dining locations. Look out for that purple halal symbol that I have on the slide. It will be near the food items that are halal. Similarly, if you follow kosher, we actually have at the Kiel campus an entire dining location that is kosher certified. It's called Country Style Kosher Deli, and it's located in the Winters building. And for those of you that have allergies and diet restrictions, make sure you share that with the staff when you're ordering your meals. And if you're living on residence and you're going to be on a meal plan, please connect with me if you have allergies or health conditions so that we can ensure that you're set up for success and safety when you're dining on campus. And we have plenty of culturally diverse options. I know many of you are coming from all around the world. I saw Vietnam, I saw the Middle East, I saw so many countries covered. We have plenty of culturally diverse options. We actually have stations that specialize in rotations, menu rotations that represent dishes from all around the world. So you will not be disappointed. And indigenous menu items as well. They are part of our regular menu offering. Okay, in the chat, we're going to be really engaging you in the chat box today. If you could only eat one food for an entire week, what would it be? And I'll share mine. Mine is sushi. I love sushi. I could eat sushi every day. I see jollof rice, pasta, pizza, fried rice, whatever's cheapest, right? Yes, budget friendly, right? Fish, sushi. Oh, someone else likes sushi too. Kebabs, pad thai. Ooh, sounds so good. Amazing. Any more? Fried rice and noodles, chicken. Yeah, for me, I think it's really the rice. Like I grew up eating rice at least twice a day. Like I can't live without rice. Sushi's good, pasta, Thai food. Fantastic. All right. So in terms of culturally diverse options, if you go to our You Eats locations like Central Square, Stong, Winters, or Glendon Marché, there are specific stations that offer culturally diverse dishes. So look out for stations called Chef's Table or World Kitchen or pop-up stations. Those stations typically have a 3-week menu rotation with every day a dish from a different cultural cuisine. In terms of other options on campus that not necessarily fall under You Eats, but they're food options like at locations like York Lanes or the Quad. There's Ziteca for Mexican. There is Pita Land Osmos if you're looking for some Middle Eastern. There is Sakura. There's a variety of cuisines. Galitos if you're looking for some South African. So quite a variety available from brands that you would commonly recognize as well. Okay, so I spoke about menu samples. So I wanted to show you some samples of menus. We're still finalizing the menus for September with Chef. So because of that, I'm just showing you some examples of previous menus. I am very excited. We've got further enhancements to what's up and coming in September. But just to give you a sense of kind of what to look for specifically in the dining halls at both Kiel and Glendon campus. So for example, we always have a grill station that typically has things like breakfast sandwiches, omelets for breakfast, and then at lunch and dinner, a variety of different sandwiches like burgers. I love the grilled chicken burger as well as the spiced black bean wrap. And as you can see here, we've got menu symbols for vegan, vegetarian, halal, so you can use that to guide your decision in what you're choosing to eat. And I encourage you, if you want to make some healthy choices, opt for more of like the grilled products, opt for more combos with salads, for example, or fruit so that you can get more fiber in your diet. And this is an example of our chef's table station. So as you can see, every day we have two different features out of that station. There is always one that is vegan or vegetarian, and then there's always one that is meat-based. And all the dishes at this station are balanced. They come, so every dish has a protein, it has a starch, and it has vegetables or salad. So if you're looking for something easy, healthy, and balanced already, you don't have to worry about figuring out and making that decision by pairing different things with meals. This is a great go-to station that will offer you all what you need to have a balanced plate. And so there's things there like chicken biryani, beef tagine, chickpea and roasted parsnip curry, lentil shepherd's pie, souvlaki. And so you can see there's different dishes from all around the world. And then this is our Create station. Create is a build your own pasta, build your own stir fry, build your own burrito bowl. And in that station, you really get to customize what your dish, and it's a very popular station because exactly of that customization. So you get to pick your protein, and you can see we have a variety. It ranges anywhere from tofu, chickpeas, chicken, beef, shrimp. You pick your veggies. So this is a great station. Like, make sure you've got veggies in your meal. Pick your sauces, you choose your noodles and toppings. So this is another great customizable station. And then we have Rasoi. Rasoi is our Indian station. You can find this one at Central Square. Indian cuisine was so popular that we actually ended up with an entire station that offers Indian dishes. So you can find things like dal, Maharaja paneer, butter chicken, chicken vindaloo, and all the meals again at that station are balanced. You'll always have a product like rice. You'll have kachumber salad and raita. So really very traditional meals there. And then we have a Korean station. This one's at Central Square as well. And in that station, there's dishes like rice bowls, and you can see they also have halal options there. If you like a bit of spicy and flavor, you can see which options are have a bit more kick in them. And then there's also sushi offered there. Everything is made to order. So even the sushi, they make it fresh for you right to order there. So I know some of you said you love sushi, so this is a great location to visit as well. And we do actually take some of the sushi from there and have it at other locations like Stong and Winter. So, if it's just not convenient for you to go to Central Square to get it, we have the same fresh sushi just made that day and delivered right there to the other dining halls. And then we have a station called World Kitchen. This one is also available at the Central Square Market. This one has a rotation of different cuisines every month. This is an example of one of their concepts. This was called Plentiful. And so as you can see, a lot of focus on fruits, veggies, plant-based proteins, things like veggie soba stir fry, noodles, cauliflower quesadilla, barbecue salmon tacos, and then a variety of delicious sides like slaws and bean salads. So this just gives you a bit of taste of what we have coming up on our menus. Again, like I mentioned, these are all samples because we are in the process of finalizing the menus for September. And now I'm going to pass it to Samira to talk to us a little bit about dining plans.
Thanks, Dahlia. So the dining plan. So the dining plan offers access to tax-exempt prepared meals at designated meal plan and meal plan plus locations around the campus. Meal plan locations provide reliable and consistent food services to both residents and the wider York community, offering flexible, affordable, and diverse dining options. The dining plan is loaded to the U card and it operates on a declining balance system. So every meal that you purchase is deducted from your account balance as you make the purchases. You'll see here, this is the table of the cost of the dining plan for the new academic year. How to choose the right dining plan. So there are currently four different plans: entry, standard, premium, and convenience. Selecting the right dining plan depends on your personal eating habits and how much time you expect to spend on campus. If you live on campus and you're going to be going home for the weekend or extended breaks, a smaller plan may be sufficient. It's important to consider how many meals you'll typically eat on each day and how often you'll be on campus throughout the term. You can always add more funds to your dining plan if you do run out during the year. For students that are going to be living in a traditional style residence building, you must choose from entry, standard, or premium. If you will be living in a suite style residence, you do have the option to choose either of these, and you can also choose the convenience plan. Dining plans are also available to commuter students. So if you're looking for a more convenient and affordable way to stay fueled on campus, definitely purchase one of the meal plans. You'll save the HSD, you'll enjoy flexible meal options, and you'll have access to a variety of campus dining locations and the convenience of not having to pack a meal every day. To purchase a plan, if you are a commuter student, you would just need to contact the U-Card office. Dining plan funds, like where can they be used? So you'll see these logos here. So the dining plan is divided into two accounts. You have Meal Plan and Meal Plan Plus. Meal Plan Plus funds can be used at any location that accepts the dining plan, while the Meal Plan funds can only be used at specific locations indicated on the dining plan location map. Dining plan funds are also non-refundable and non-transferable. So look out for these logos here at participating locations on campus. Pass it back to Dahlia to talk about registered dietitian services.
Perfect. So any student who's on a dining plan has access to my services at no additional cost. I'm the registered dietitian in New York's Food Services Department. So I will help guide you in terms of if you have allergies, you have food intolerances, health conditions, need any diet accommodation. This was something that we have embedded in our housing application. And so if you've applied for residence and met with me, great. If you have not and you've got allergies and health conditions, please book an appointment as soon as possible. The QR code here on this slide will take you right to our nutrition booking page. And services are available in person at the William Small Center or virtually. And if you're not on a dining plan or you don't plan to be on one, you can access a dietitian through different means. The YFS Health and Dental Plan has some dietitian coverage, or perhaps you're on private insurance coverage through your family. So I encourage you to check what kind of dietitian coverage you have there. If you're working at York University, you have access to the Employee and Family Assistance Program, which actually has free access to a dietitian. If you belong to a family health team or a community health center, because that's where like your family doctor is, they actually have registered dietitians that you can access at no cost to you because they're covered by OHIP. And another way, you can call 811 and ask to speak with a dietitian if you've got just general nutrition questions. And this QR code will take you to Dietitians of Canada's website, where you can search for a dietitian that has maybe a specific area of focus. Let's say, you want to focus on, like, say, diabetes. You can search for a dietitian that specializes in that area. So these are some examples for you if you are not going to be on a dining plan. Now, for everybody on our website, we've started putting some links in the chat. On our website, you can also find plenty of nutrition resources. So lots of tips and hacks for like grocery shopping on a budget, meal planning, meal prep. So I encourage you to check out our our nutrition section of our website to learn more about some of these tips. We also have great recipes there. They're easy, budget-friendly recipes, things that are so easy to prepare with very minimal cooking equipment. Some you can even easily prepare in residence if you're just living in a traditional room. And so I encourage you to take a look there as well. All right, back to the chat. What are some foods that energize you and make you feel good? I would love to hear from you in the chat. I just bought mangoes this past week, and they were not ripe enough just yet, but I decided to make a Thai-inspired mango salad with it. And it was such a hot day, and it felt so good. I made that mango salad with cilantro, with cucumbers, lemon, fish sauce, a little bit of chili peppers, and it was just so refreshing. So this could be an ingredient that energizes you. It could be an entire dish, but I know that cold salad on such a hot day was just perfect for me. So I see biryani, I see cherries, ooh, watermelon. That's a good one too. Definitely high water content. Poke bowls, mangoes, strawberries. Oh, lettuce wraps. Yes, that's a good one too. Much more refreshing than having like a spring roll that's fried. Kimchi. Oh, kimchi's so good for your gut health too. Oatmeal, banana and eggs, bean salad. Oh, I love that. Lettuce, carrots, a chickpea wrap. Ooh, what do you put in the chickpea wrap? That sounds really good. Amazing. Okay, lots of foods, lots of great variety as well. So now I want to talk a little bit about nutrition and well-being. There were some comments from a lot of you about like you want to know how to make healthy choices, which is fantastic. As a dietitian, I love to hear that. I feel like in the past few years, I've been hearing a lot of students just want to be proactive with their health, which is just exactly what a dietitian wants to hear. So as a dietitian, I always recommend eating a balanced diet. It supports your mental health. It helps stabilize your blood sugar. It keeps you in balance in terms of the different nutrients you're eating, and it can really help regulate your mood and stress, which are so important because, you know, being a student, you're busy, you've got deadlines. There's going to be times of high stress, and so we need to make sure that you're well nourished so that that can support your mental well-being. It helps support your academic performance as well, because a well-fed brain is better able to focus, to retain information, and to perform on exams. And it supports your physical health because eating well supports your immune function, especially when you think of like wintertime when we get sick a lot. Eating foods that are rich in vitamin C, like peppers and oranges and citrus foods, really helps boost your immune system at those times where we tend to typically get sick. It helps boost your energy and just overall long-term health. So a helpful guideline is to follow Canada's food guide. Has everybody here learned about the food guide before? Maybe just type in the chat yes if you have, or if it's new to you. I know if you come from other countries, you might have a national food guide or a pyramid of some sorts. Basically, this comes from Health Canada. So Health Canada sets out these guidelines to help Canadians eat better. And so the image on this slide is Canada's food guide is the plate. And the recommendation is that in every time you're having a meal, to consider having three aspects to your meal. Have plenty of vegetables and fruit on your plate. Ideally, half your plate is vegetables and fruit. Have protein in your meals. And it encourages plant-based proteins because research has shown that it does reduce risk of chronic health conditions and it's more affordable, like easier on the wallet. And so protein foods would be things like beef, chicken, chickpeas, lentils, tofu, tempeh, yogurt, milk or non-dairy beverages. And then choosing whole grains. So when you're eating grains, try and choose whole grains as when possible. So, you know, opt for that whole wheat, whole grain bread. Try and have brown rice when you can, or have whole wheat noodles when you can. Enjoy things like quinoa, bulgur. And I'm sure many of you are used to different cultural dishes that already include these items in it. And so basically, anytime you're eating, you want to make sure you have those three components in your meal. And that's how you have a balanced plate. So include the three food groups here mentioned, and just load up on veggies. Like if you're having pasta, you're having stir fry, you're having burrito, a sandwich, make sure you've got veggies in there. Or if you're not able to put a veggie in there, maybe pair it with a salad or pair it with a fruit. And then I love to talk a bit about frozen and canned products. So for those of you that are, maybe living on your own for the first time, or living at home, or you're going to be in a residence where you're preparing your own meals, consider frozen and canned products, because they can actually be budget friendly and a convenient way to add more fruits and veggies in your diet. These fruits and veggies are typically purchased at their peak ripeness, which means they're full of nutrients, and they can them right away or freeze them right away. And so it preserves the nutrients in them. So just be mindful in terms of, what options you're choosing, and making sure they don't have any added salt or added sugar. But they're just as good, if not even healthier, than fresh. So I encourage you to explore that too, because sometimes fresh may not always be the most budget friendly. And shop in season, because that's where you'll have a lot of deals. Like cherries right now, I've been eating cherries for 2 weeks. They've been on sale for $1.99 a pound, and love it. So I love to also kind of shop the flyer and look at what is on sale. And that helps determine what I'm going to be eating. And I mentioned like choosing more plant-based proteins. Like we all grew up with eating dishes from our own cultural backgrounds that are based on beans or tofu or chickpeas, and different plant-based proteins. Try and prepare those and eat those more often, because that's going to be easy on your wallet as well. They're packed with fiber, which is great for your gut health, and easy on the wallet. Okay, let's chat a little bit about fruits and veggies. So I always say eat the rainbow, because when you eat foods of different colors, you are getting different nutrients. I want you in the chat to list some of your favorite fruits and veggies that are, red, orange, yellow, green, blue or purple, white or brown. So like I'll go with like cherries right now, just because that's what I've been eating for fruits a lot lately, and that helps support the red. Full of antioxidants. Yes, tomatoes, full of antioxidants, which help reduce any inflammation in our body. Blueberries, again, berries are great. Apples, cantaloupes, dried mangoes. Yeah, apples are great too, because they're an easy snack you can carry around with you when you're in between class. Dried mangoes are also very good, because very convenient and makes it easy to carry around for class. Pineapple, carrots, bell pepper. Yes, bell pepper packed with vitamin C. Tomatoes, oranges. I see pineapple again. Plantains, yes, love it. Peaches, mandarins, yeah. And we're starting to see some of those coming season too. Cauliflower, zucchini, blueberries again. Sounds like blueberries are popular. Love adding them to my yogurt. Eggplant, broccoli, those are great too for stir fries. Amazing. Okay. Lots of great ideas. So now you can consider these ideas when you're looking at what veggies and fruits to choose to eat or to purchase when you're eating on campus as well. All right, let's talk about hydration. It's been very hot lately, and it's a topic that I have a lot of questions about typically with students. So how many cups of water should the average university student aim to drink per day? Can you put that in the chat? Okay, I see 8 cups. There, yeah. Any other numbers? 10, 2 liters. Okay, seems like we're somewhere between 8 and 10, 11. All right. So it's actually a range, anywhere from 9 to 12 cups. It really depends on your physical activity. On days like really hot days, you'll probably need more water intake. I would say just be in tune with your body. If you're feeling you're thirsty, that means you're already dehydrated. Look out for signs like dry mouth, dry lips, or simply the color of your urine. The lighter it is, the more hydrated you are. If it's more yellow, dark yellow, orange, then you know you are very dehydrated. So that could be another sign where it could be a good moment for you to say like, all right, I need to drink more water. I also get a lot of questions about different beverages or like, how can I make better choices when it comes to my fluid intake? So I have a question for you. Can you guess which drink that I have on this slide has the most amount of sugar? And just put that in the chat. So I see cola, so a can of cola, an energy drink, Frappuccino. Okay, I think Frappuccinos are leading. Oh, no, I think cola is leading right now. Oh, I think it's a tie there. All right, let's reveal a Frappuccino. Yes, so those of you that said Frappuccino, that can range anywhere from 50 to 66 grams of sugar. That's around 12 to 17 teaspoons of sugar. So just be mindful when you're having these drinks. And I'm not, I'm sharing this information. I don't want to be scaring you, but at the same time, I want you to make informed decisions on what you're choosing to drink. So if you choose to indulge in a drink like a Frappuccino, like maybe consider something like instead of 3 pumps of syrup in some of the drinks, in those specialty drinks, do 1 or 2 pumps of the syrup. If this is something like a treat for you. Energy drinks also, something like a Red Bull is around 27 grams. A Monster is 54 grams of sugar. Cola's 39 grams. That's around 10 teaspoons. So that's the 355 ml can of pop there. Vitamin water, anywhere from 32 to 39. So this one is a common one I hear, like, oh, I'm drinking more vitamin water because it's healthier. Well, actually, you are having more sugar by drinking the vitamin water. It's good once in a while, but if you actually are deficient in nutrients, like this is something where you would discuss with your healthcare professional. Maybe it's more like we need to eat a balanced diet, or maybe more of a multivitamin would actually be more beneficial. But if it's once in a while, then everything in moderation is okay. Now, naturally, milk has a little bit of sugar. So I also want you to be mindful, like we are consuming sugar from just natural ingredients like fruits and dairy products, which are great ways because to consume other nutrients like calcium in milk. And so, for example, if you are making a decision, maybe milk would be a good decision in this case. And water, of course, is your best because 0 grams. Is anyone surprised in the chat? Is anyone surprised by any products, like shocked in like how little or how much sugar is in them from what I have up here? And what product is that? The vitamin water. Yeah. Everything has its place. And so again, everything in moderation. Some tips. So now you're saying, okay, well, what should I be drinking? Well, carry a reusable water bottle. Water is the best source of hydration in terms of like getting your fluid intake. Things like a Gatorade has its time and place, of course, if you're physically active. These, again, things are more individualized. But carry a reusable water bottle. You can buy one from the bookstore with a York branded one. If you don't like the taste of water, add fruit slices, herbs, and try to choose things more like plain milk or plain soy milk, almond milk. If you can't have dairy, sparkling water, coffee, and tea are great. Coconut water, kombucha, they have a little bit of sugar, but also have other benefits. Like coconut water is great for hydration. Kombucha is great for gut health. Smoothies are also a great way to get in fluids in your day. And when it comes to caffeine, just be mindful in limiting caffeine because caffeine can actually make you also feel nervous. For some people, it actually worsens anxiety. So just be mindful. So like coffee, tea, cola, energy drinks, even chocolate has caffeine. So just be mindful how much you're consuming. And when you're snacking, so if you're finding yourself hungry between meals, I encourage you to have snacks and just make sure every snack has a protein, a fiber, and a healthy fat in there. So things like tuna and crackers, yogurt parfait, veggie and hummus are great. And be mindful when you're eating. So the way the dining locations are on campus is you can easily just grab your food and leave. But I encourage you to eat with friends, like sit in the dining hall, eat with your friends, eat with family, eat without distractions. A lot of time we just sit and watch TV or scroll through our phone and we're eating. And it actually takes 20 minutes for our brain to send us, for our gut to send a signal to our brain that we're full. And so if you're distracted, you're not listening to those cues. And so I encourage you to just be more mindful and savor every bite and listen to your body. For those of you who plan on grocery shopping, we have a variety of grocery stores around our campuses at Kiel, as well as Glendon and near Markham. So it depends on which campus you'll be visiting. If you're interested in grocery shopping, there's quite a few around that are easy to go by bus. I encourage you to download the Too Good To Go app if you're looking for some discounts on food. Also a great way to reduce food waste. The Flip app shows you flyers from different stores. I like to shop the flyer to see like where there's deals, and that helps me determine what I'm going to be eating. And Flash Food also has a lot of savings. So those are great apps to check out. YFS has a grocery shuttle that leaves Kiel and goes to a nearby grocery store. And that one is every other week. So I just encourage you to check their website for details on that. There's the support center at the Second Student Center. There's the Glendon Food Bank. Again, if you're finding things are tight, you can't afford food, you've run out of money to spend on food, and these are great support systems there available for you. And then we have the Yum Market on campus as well, which has affordable produce that is being sold on campus. I want to talk a little bit about sustainability. So looking for some ways to save money, bring your own mug if you drink coffee or tea. If you go to Tim Hortons and Starbucks, you save 10 cents per beverage. If you come to any of our dining halls, you save 25 cents per beverage. And that can add up, especially if you drink those items daily. Bring your reusable water bottle. We are a water bottle free campus because we believe in everyone having access to free water. We have over 200 hydration stations around campus. And so bring your reusable water bottle, or you can buy one on campus. We are a fair trade certified campus, which means all our coffee, all our teas, fair trade, our bananas are fair trade, and we sell fair trade chocolate. So look out for those items. And we also have in our bookstore clothing and a whole variety of items also that are fair trade. We have a reusable program called Friendlier. So if you eat in our You Eats locations like the dining halls or Central Square, you will have your meals provided in these blue reusable containers called Friendlier containers. There's an app. If you scan the QR code on the screen, it will take you to download the page where you can download the Friendlier app. And then when you're done eating, scan the bottom of your container. It has a QR code, and it will and return the container in the designated blue bin. You will actually get 50 cents back for every container you return. That could be about $200 in your pocket at the end of the year, or even more, depends on how many meals you're eating a day. So that's another way for some savings. And then we have a program called Value Meals. It's our affordable meal program. So it's available at Stong, Winters, and Glendon dining halls, less than $7 for an entire entree, healthy, balanced. It's all vegan, vegetarian, and it just ensures accessibility. So again, if you're running tight on your budget, this is a great option for you. Encourage you to download Too Good To Go. We actually use it at all our Tim's locations here on campus, so great way for savings. And then we have our Teaching Kitchen. So this is one of our most popular well-being initiatives. The Teaching Kitchen is basically a free cooking class available to all York students. We sell out. I say sell out as in tickets, they're free, but they do sell out pretty fast. So I encourage you to keep an eye on our Instagram page, which we'll share later on today, so that you can register right away. These are free cooking classes facilitated by myself and our chef. And we have, they're free, so you get to learn how to prepare a recipe, you learn nutrition and culinary skills, and you get to eat the meal for free, which is amazing. And we enjoy it as a group. We all sit together and we eat, and we just talk about the ingredients. and what they mean to us and how we grew up from our own cultures. And all recipes are culturally diverse as well. All right, back to Samira to talk to us about mobile ordering.
Thanks, Dahlia. So mobile ordering, the Transact mobile ordering app allows you to choose a restaurant, personalize your order, select the payment method, and submit it all from your phone. It's available for both iOS and Android users. And you will also use this mobile ordering app to book a shuttle for the Glendon, Kiel, or Markham campuses. Student engagement. So as Dahlia mentioned, we do participate in several student engagement activities during the year. So one of them being birthday babies. So this is a celebration for students. So students celebrating their birthdays in each month are treated to a celebration and a free slice of cake. Follow us on our social media for exact dates, locations, and times. We host a variety of fun events during the year, including carnival photo booths, spin the wheel swag giveaways, cookie decorating, and pumpkin carving. You'll also find us participating in campus-wide events such as Wellbeing Week, the Health Fair, Nutrition Month, and many more. Feedback. So this is very important to us. Your experience matters, and food services is committed to providing the best possible dining experience, and your real-time feedback plays a key role in helping us improve. So if you ever have any questions, concerns, suggestions, please share them with us. There are several ways to connect with our department listed here. So you can email us at food@yorku.ca. You can also use the Foodback tool, which is an internal feedback survey system where students can leave ratings and comments based on their experience at each location. This is available at Strong, Winters, Central Square, and Glendon dining halls. You basically just scan the QR code and leave your feedback. You can also use it as a communication tool to let us know about any new features that you'd like to see, events, or variety of foods. And you can also win prizes such as snacks, GoPros, AirPods with the spin the wheel feature at the end. Also, be on the lookout for our annual food services survey. Your participation is very valuable to us, and it offers you a chance to share detailed experience about your experience on campus. The insights we gather from the survey helps us improve, introduces new offerings, and ensures that we're meeting your expectation. Your voice truly shapes the future of our food services on campus. To learn more about our department and UCARD, visit the websites and social media accounts listed here, and don't hesitate to reach out to any of us if you do have any questions. Thank you for listening today.
All right. Thank you so much, Dahlia and Samira, for your presentation. I learned so much. I'm a third year student and I'm just learning most things about like food services on campus. We did get some questions in the chat. One question was asking, is there any way of knowing what routes the grocery shuttle drives?
I believe it's on the YFS website. They had like an infographic kind of showing the route and what time it's at the different spots at the Kiel campus. I believe someone had posted the link to the YFS site.
We can post that again once.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. And someone else asked, do all restaurants on campus do Too Good to Go?
No, not all restaurants on campus. So I would just encourage you to kind of, what's great about it is like you can search by geographic area. So I encourage you to once you download it, you can look at what's within your area and what's manageable for you from a distance wise that you can visit and find a location that uses it. I know a lot of grocery stores also are on it too. So that's another wonderful way. And if you're at home, like near your home as well, I'd encourage you to explore that as well.
Yeah, I really agree. You should all get the Too Good to Go app. You get a lot of good stuff for cheap.
It's really great. I use it.
Same.
And it's stuff restaurants have to like discard
Yeah.
at the end of the day because of brand standards. It's safe to eat, it's fine, but because the brand standards are that way, it's wasted food. So
Yeah.
you're getting it at almost 70% discount, which is like, why not? That's amazing. So I encourage you to check it out.
All right, sounds good. Someone else asked, could you please repeat how you get 50 cents back after returning the container? I think that's in relation to
Sure.
free beer, right?
Yeah, I can answer that one. So basically, as Dahlia mentioned, so every time you visit any of like the cafeterias, you will get your food in that blue reusable container. So on the back of that container, you'll see a QR code. So you can scan it. I would recommend downloading the app because you're going to be using it throughout the year. It's going to be a lot easier. So once you create an account, you'll basically just scan the QR code and then you will return it into the bins. Like you'll see there will be like a blue return bin in every single cafeteria, and then you will basically get the 50 cents back. And then what you can do is like a lot of students just save it till the end of the year, and then you can basically just put in a request to get that money, and they can e-transfer it to your like right to your bank. So it's really easy. I recommend you definitely download the app so that you can get started on that right away.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
We got another question in the chat asking, when buying food using the meal plan, would there still be tax included in the purchase, or would it be bought the same price just as displayed?
So for anything on like the dining plan, so dining plan is used for prepared meals. So for example, like if you went to Central Square and you went to the chef's table, you purchased that. So if the advertised price is like 7.99 or 8.99, if you're purchasing it with your meal plan, you basically save the HST. So you're not going to be paying any taxes on those purchases. And we encourage students to add their beverages and like any snacks, any sides to their meals so that you can pair it and get that HST savings. Because if you say, for example, you went to the cafeteria for lunch and you just bought like the entree and then later decided that you wanted a drink and a snack, you would actually have to use like taxable funds or flex dollars or another method of payment because it's only for prepared meals. So we ask you to, just try to add your sides like right when you're purchasing so that you can continue to have that HST savings.
That
Hopefully that
sounds
makes sense.
wonderful. Yeah.
Okay.
We got another question from Lena asking, so the meal plan is for the whole year, right? So if I'm staying for only the full term, is it sufficient to use the entry plan even if I need to eat 3 meals per day, 7 days a week?
Yeah, so if you're only going to be staying for half of like I think this might be very common for exchange students that they're only here for one semester. So if that's the case, what will happen is if you will only be charged for half of that like advertised price, and then you would have that available for the entire semester. And then if you do run out of funds, like you can always contact the U card office and you can do like a top up. So it should be sufficient enough to last like half of that payment. Half of whatever meal plan you choose, if you choose entry, it should still be okay, but like definitely monitor it like as you get into like maybe November. And then if you need to add more money, you can definitely do that as well.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds good. Um, we know York is a very big commuter school, and also people live in res. And someone was asking, can I get a meal plan even if I'm a commuter? And if like also kind of a follow-up question to that, would you recommend them getting a meal plan or like finding ways to eat healthier at home by making the food themselves?
Yeah. So that's a two-part question. So definitely you need to consider how many times you're going to be on campus. So some students might be here for 5 days, like from Monday to Friday. And if you're going to be purchasing food 2 to 3 times a day for even 3 times a week, like I think it's definitely better to purchase a meal plan. And you can definitely get the lowest one, which is the convenience plan, because you'll be saving the HST. So it really comes down to how many times you're going to be eating on campus. If you're going to be eating majority of the time, especially like some students might have, a couple of classes a day and they're buying 2 meals each day, I would say definitely go for it. And then you can always bring in your healthy snacks to get you through the day from home as well. But it would work out if you did want to purchase a meal plan.
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And this is other question is kind of in relation. I'm thinking to maybe students on campus or like students who are studying late for exams. Are there late night or 24 hours food options available on campus?
So there are some late nights with the campus partners, so such as like Osmos and like the campus partners might have like later opening hours. Like our dining halls are operating until 10:30 p.m. and they start at 7:30 a.m. So that's like with our locations, but you will see it vary. So if you take a look at the dining directory, it will be updated for the new hours in for September. But it will be more of the campus partners that may offer like to I think Osmos goes to like 2 a.m. and even like Peter Land is pretty late as well.
Yeah, I
But
get
there's
it.
unfortunately there's no 24-hour location at this time. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. I think this is also a follow-up question to the person who asked about like staying only for fall term. So if I choose the premium plan, I only need to pay half of the 6,900 Canadian dollars or not, and not the whole price, right?
Yeah, like that will automatically be billed to you. Like resident, like housing will know that like it goes together with your housing. So like you will automatically get just charged for the half of the amount. If you notice that something is like incorrect, definitely reach out, but
Mhm.
you will, it's already supposed to be in the system. Yeah.
All right. So can you use cash or debit to buy food anywhere on campus, or do some places only take the YU card?
No, you can use any method of payment. We definitely recommend that you do put money on your U card sometimes because again, it's just an easier method of payment to be honest. And a lot of students might have like banking transaction fees like with their bank, like where they only get a certain amount like each month. So like if you actually just load money onto your U card on a monthly basis, you can actually just, spend as you want as well. So you're kind of cutting down on fees, but
Yeah.
you can use any method of payment at the locations.
Yeah, I agree with the loading your U card. Also, like you also would use your Flex account for like printing services on campus.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah.
also having that too is like two in one kind of
Yeah.
benefit. Yeah. All right. And someone else is asking, do meal plans not work on non-prepared meals? Like would it not work on Popeyes?
So it would definitely work on Popeyes. So Popeyes is a partner that is on the Meal Plan Plus. So you can definitely use it. So when we say prepared meals, we basically mean like an entree style, like you go to Popeyes, you buy like a chicken burger or chicken, like anything like that. It's just that, packaged items, like if you were to go buy like a packaged cookie at one of the locations, like that's considered a snack that wouldn't be allowed on the meal plan unless you're buying it with your meal. Yeah.
All right. So you're saying that as long as the food is actually prepared, like it's a whole
Correct.
meal,
Yeah.
then that your card works with that. But if it's like a
Correct.
little item, like a drink or like a snack or like something small,
Yeah,
it doesn't
anything
work.
like that, like beverages or snack items on their own will not be able to be paid on the meal plan. But if you're adding it with your entree and your prepared
Mhm.
meal, it's covered. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. And I got a private message asking, is McDonald's coming to campus soon?
Uh, I don't think so. I would have to say no,
Okay.
unfortunately.
But we do have a Burger King on campus
Yeah.
and Wendy's as well, if that helps, but we heard it first. Not anytime soon. Okay, and someone else is asking, can we keep food in Tupperwares when we don't finish it in our dorms? So I'm guessing like do they have to finish the food all at once or like can they have a place to store it somewhere else?
I think like a lot of students opt for getting like a mini refrigerator in their rooms. So you can do that. I think like Dolly, do you know if I'm not sure what's in the residences
Yeah,
like
I can comment on that. So I would say depends on the residence. Some of them have like a common room, which may or may not have a fridge. So you would want to definitely check that out. And then at the same time, a lot of people just prefer more having their own mini fridge in the room. You can buy your own or rent it through housing. I would just keep food safety in mind. So, don't leave it in for weeks. Just, clean up after yourself. But also like from a food safety, if it's there like more than 3 days, I would not want to eat it because like food will develop bacteria over time. So yeah, you can always kind of keep leftovers safely in a fridge if you've got access to one. Just don't leave it at room temperature for sure, because that is definitely going to grow bacteria and you'll
Yeah.
get food poisoning and get sick.
Yeah, that sounds good. So we're a little bit over time. We're just gonna answer a few more questions before we finish. And someone is asking, how can I choose for Meal Plan Plus? I couldn't find a Plus plan when applying for housing.
So the Meal Plan Plus is an account that's on the card. So like it's a package deal. So unless you're living in a suite style and you're choosing convenience, like all the funds will be in Meal Plan Plus where you can use it at any location. But if you're living in a traditional style, excuse me, like entry standard and premium, it's all together. It's not separate. So you would have your meal plan dollars and then your meal plan plus dollars.
All right, sounds good. And someone else is asking, what is the best time to have your meals? Like at time that is least a time that is least crowded. So I'm thinking they're trying to like have more space to themselves on campus. So what ideal time do you think is the best?
That's going to be an interesting one too, to also navigate with class schedule and with other commitments you might have, like going to the gym or and studying time. So typically peak times are like traditional, like peak meal times that could be somewhere around. I don't know if there's a breakfast rush so much. A lot kind of prefer to have their so-called breakfast a bit later in the day, but like somewhere between 11 and 1 is a we see some traffic in the more traffic in the dining halls. And it's a bit more spread out in the evening. I don't think we have like one like, oh wow, better avoid this specific hour. It's kind of spread, but you have to look at your class schedule, what makes sense. Are you hungry or not? And time it around that. And you can use the app too, the
Hmm.
mobile app that Samira mentioned. If you're in a rush, you can use that app to order your meal so they're ready, just pick up and leave, and you don't have to bother with crowds.
Yes, that sounds good. I do agree. In university, everyone's like schedule is entirely different from each other. So it's all based on when you're free, how you're free, what would you like to eat as well. So that's a really good question. We see most of the questions you already answered in the chat. All right. Okay. If you have any more questions, please feel free to leave in the chat. Otherwise, we're done with the Q&A session. And we're going to do a quick little Menti, like we started earlier, just to get a quick survey of how you found this presentation and what you learned from today. So I'm going to share my screen now and pass it over to Ahmed.
All right, so now that we're done the session, we're gonna ask for a little feedback on how you felt about this session. So, if you're still in the session, in the Menti session, then you can just join back in. If not, you can go back to menti.com and join with the same code as last time. Whenever you're in the session, just hit the little thumbs up so we know we're there. Perfect. I think we'll get started then. All right, so first question is how satisfied are you with today's session? So are you satisfied, neutral, or unsatisfied? Okay, so we have mostly satisfied, a few neutrals. That's good. So it seems like most people were satisfied with the session, and we're glad that we were able to, give you some more information about the food services on campus, and you were able to learn something you didn't know coming in. But yeah, let's move on to the next question. All right, so is there still anything you still have questions about? You can just drop it in, whatever questions you might have. So we have a big no, a lot of no's. That's a good sign. Well, it seems like we've covered about everything. We don't have many questions. All right. And then what other topics would you like us to cover in future sessions? So it doesn't have to be about food. It can be about anything that you still might have questions about. What would you like us to cover in other sessions? So we got residents. Libraries. We do have a library session happening in a few weeks, I believe. It is, what day is it? I don't remember exactly what day, but we have an orientation session, we have a library session, all of those happening in August, and you can go to YU Connect and take a look at all the events we have available to you and sign up for even more. So residence is a big one. Residence social life. So residence social life would be a bit like orientation. It would be similar to Frosh Week because you'll get to meet a lot of students that are going to be in the same residence as you. So I would highly recommend that if you want like resident social life, you attend the orientation info session as well. Course material, sport and gym options. Okay, perfect. And finally, if you could take a moment and scan this QR code to find out more. So you can tap this link and take a look at all the other events we have available to you. So some of these, obviously, as I've mentioned earlier, include the orientation session and the library session, and anything else that you might want may already be there. So I would highly recommend take a look, scan the QR code, and register for other events.
All right. Thank you, Ahmed, for the mentee. This concludes our virtual information session. A heartfelt thank you to our guest speaker, Dahlia, for such an insightful and informative presentation on meal plans and healthy eating on campus. We truly appreciate the valuable knowledge y'all shared today. And thank you as well to Samira for your support and contributions to this amazing interactive session. And to all of our attendees, thank you for your time and active participation. We hope the session has provided greater clarity and confidence in navigating your dining options and making healthy choices as a student at York University. If you have any follow-up questions or need further support, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can contact us at newstudent@yorku.ca. The email will be linked in the chat, and we look forward to seeing you at future events. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Have a great day.
You too. Thank you so much.